Plain and simple, you should be checking out the SR Performance Cold Air for your 05 to 09 V6 if you're on a tight budget and want to grab the most affordable system in the category at right around $100. Now the SR will not require the use of a custom tune, will feature an extremely simple bolt-on install, so let's call it 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter with a little bit more detail to come later in the video. So traditionally, SR Performance, yes, they are going to be your entry-level or budget-friendly option in each category, and that's certainly going to be the case here with their cold air intake system. And with that said, the SR will be a very bare-bones system in regards to components, but also fit and finish as well. Now these components do consist of a metal intake tube here with the SR Performance option. That tube is finished off in a gloss black powder coat. You're also going to be looking at a high flow reusable oiled filter, your heat shield, and then last but not least, all of the necessary hardware needed for the installation. Now, in my opinion, the gloss black option will certainly flow a little bit better under the hood, be maybe a little bit more under the radar, while still being a massive visual improvement compared to your factory intake. However, if you would prefer to grab something with a little bit more flash, something that will pop a little bit more underneath the hood, SR does also offer a polished version of this same exact intake that you can grab here on the site for a few bucks more than the black version we have on the table. But appearance aside, there will be some other benefits when making the switch to an aftermarket cold air system. Now these include a little bit more power and throttle response, in addition to a little bit more sound coming from under the hood, which is something a lot of our customers have pointed out in the customer review section. Now SR doesn't give you any exact gains here with horsepower and torque with their cold air system, but realistic expectations from me should be in the ballpark of high single digits, low double digits without the use of a custom tune. Let's switch gears and talk about the install here a little bit more. And again, on the surface, 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, maybe 30 minutes to an hour of your time, depending on how fast you like to work. First things first, go ahead and get started removing the factory intake tube and air box. To do so, disconnect or loosen the clamp closest to the throttle body, and then use your socket set to remove the air box from the engine bay. With the factory air box out of the way, go ahead and get to work installing your SR Performance Cold Air. Now me personally, I like to assemble the intake on a workbench or table first. That way you can drop the intake into the engine bay in one piece. With the intake ready to rock and roll, drop it in, tighten up the clamp at the throttle body, plug in your hoses, swap over that mass airflow sensor and plug that in, tighten up the bolt at the heat shield, and your installation is complete. So if you're looking to upgrade your intake but are on a very tight budget, you might want to check out the SR Performance option right here at AmericanMuscle.com.